Hey everybody, it's just a quick update on what happened on our watch dates this week. You can see from this video I uploaded on December 12th that December 17th was a watch because it was the third anniversary of Kim Jong's father's death. And on that day, Sony announced they would not release the Kim Jong film on Christmas because of the recent threats from North Korea about a 9/11 style attack if they do. I'm sure you heard about it. Anyway, the threat was made on Tuesday, and on the 17th, on Wednesday, Sony canceled the airing of the film that was due to release on Christmas Day. Also, on this day, which again was our watch date, Obama announced that the U.S. will restore ties with Cuba after 50 years, and that's literally a historic announcement. So both of those major events occurred right on our watch date again, not the day before, not the day after, but on the very day we were looking at. Again, I mean, why, I don't know. It's almost as if they schedule these things according to a calendar. I mean, that was also the first day of standard Hanukkah. I don't know if that's related, but I mean, somebody else mentioned to me one time that they think I must be tapping into the New World Order calendar or something. I mean, I don't know. I guess that's possible, but the only thing I really know about this, if you've been watching what's been going on, especially since June of this year, it's just been every single watch date, something major happens. And the only thing I really know about it is that it's definitely not coincidence. So, I mean, you cannot predict something that's coincidence. If you can predict it, it's not coincidence. So, this Cuba announcement that happened on Wednesday also ties in with the UK sending a ship to Cuba a few weeks ago, and that also occurred on our watch date, which was, again, a reference to the biblical calendar. So, it seems to have something to do with the biblical calendar. A lot of this stuff is based on that. And this one was specifically related to the anniversary of the founding of Israel. We've talked about that before. And this Cuba thing, it also ties into North Korea because Cuba specifically defended North Korea back here when the UN recommended that Kim Jong be prosecuted in an international court. So Cuba came to their defense, and then the UK showed up, and now we're reestablishing ties with them. Well, the other thing is we know the hack on Sony Pictures that occurred right here, another of our major watch dates, the 40-day pattern that's been going on. That Sony hack occurred after the fourth 40-day period. So right here, we've been watching this play out since the June watch period. I mean, we were actually watching June 11th through the 15th back in February of this year. And that was also based on the biblical calendar stuff. So it's something, obviously something's going on here. Somebody's following a calendar according to how they're playing out all of these things. It's an agenda. That's what I think this reveals. Okay, so these 40-day periods, these are based on the biblical calendar because this one here started this one here, June, the June watch, it started on the ancient calendar date for the start of Noah's 40 days of rain. And then 40 days later, this one was the destruction of Jonah's tomb, which started another 40 days, just like the Bible said. So there's 40 days in the story of Jonah. So the next two right here didn't directly correspond to the biblical calendar that I can see. But in addition to, in the Bible, in addition to the 40 days in the story of Noah and the 40 days in the story of Jonah, which were these two dates right here, there are also, these two 40-day periods right here had to do with Noah and Jonah. But also in the Bible, you have two 40-day periods in the story of Moses, which may correspond to this, and then you also have a 40-day period that is in the story of Jesus. So that adds another 40-day period. I don't know if that's what they're following here, if that's what this is all about, but clearly there are major things that are occurring after each of these 40-day periods. The Sony hack was the most recent one right here. And we know how important that is right now. So, and then the FBI just confirmed that it is North Korea that is behind the Sony hack. This just came out today, USA Today. It says investigators determined the hack was sanctioned by North Korea leaders. And then Obama said today the U.S. will respond to that. And he said, in a place and time and manner that we choose. So, I mean, here we go. And a lot of people, including Obama, are saying Sony should not have removed the movie because they think Sony represents America and that it's a suppression of America's free speech. Well, actually, Sony is a Japanese corporation. So it's a Japanese corporation that started this. They were basically picking a fight with North Korea on our soil. That's the point no one is getting here. So now they've backed down and they've said, okay, no, we're not going to do that. And Americans are shouting for them to continue. You see what I'm saying? I mean, this is exactly what they expect. They came over here and picked a fight with North Korea on our soil. Now they're backing down and saying, oh, okay, we don't want to endanger anyone. But Americans like Obama and Donald Trump are coming out saying, no, Sony, show the movie. Continue to provoke North Korea on our soil. You see what I'm saying? This isn't an America free speech issue. This is a foreign country coming to our soil and picking a fight with another foreign country that purposely did not sign the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. You see what I'm saying? So if Japan Sony changes their mind and decides to air this film right here, then that now it'll be in the name of American freedom of expression. You see what I'm saying? Because now everybody's yelling and saying, no, 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 don't back down. Show the movie. Show the movie. Who cares that North Korea is saying they're gonna perpetrate a 9/11 attack on America if we do this? They're saying, who cares about that? Go ahead and show the movie. And I'm telling you, if Japan Sony, because that's who it is, Sony is a Japanese corporation. If Japan Sony decides now to go ahead and air the film, it will be a response to the American outcry, so that can allow them to superficially remove themselves as the guilty party and place the blame on Obama and other leaders who say Japan Sony should provoke North Korea on our soil. Okay, I'm done. Anyway, I had to say it. That's what happened this week on our watch date. Not the day before, not the day after, on the exact day we were watching. And the Sony thing keeps showing up on our watches, and it's been going on. The North Korea watches have been going on since our major watch date in June, which ended up being the ISIS massacre. So we are headed into World War III, and we're watching, and these things are happening on our watch dates. So it's all according to a schedule. That's what I'm getting out of it. And it's not me doing it. I see their calendar, basically, you guys. I see it. I see how they're scheduling things. They're scheduling things according to the biblical calendar, the ancient biblical calendar, and the new biblical calendar. You have to understand both. That's what it looks like to me. I'm not saying I know that. That's what it looks like. And these watches, again, it ties in with North Korea and Cuba right now. Anyway, so next week, our watch is Christmas Eve and Day. And that is based on this pattern right here, this pattern of events that have been playing out for the past 4 years. A fire in one of these places. So for more information, you can just, I don't know, go back and watch my other videos. I'm not going to go into detail about it, but that's why Christmas Eve and Day is a watch. Also, sorry, right here. Also, next week we have true Shavuot in the southern hemisphere, and that represents the wheat harvest, and we also have the start of the multitude first month, which the first month in the biblical calendar has to do with the rain. It says the rain will come down in the first month, etc., etc. So anyway, you guys, that's it. I'll let you guys go. I hope you're having a good holiday, and I hope we all have a good holiday. These are just watches. I never know what's gonna, sometimes where I am able to predict what's going to happen on a certain watch, but usually many times I don't know what specifically will happen on the date. But I mean, come on, this is just not coincidence that these major things having to do with North Korea and Cuba are all happening on our watch dates, on this biblical calendar thing. This one right here was the first day of Hanukkah, and it was also the 3-year anniversary of Kim Jong's father's death. That's why we were watching it. So anyway, yeah, they're crazy. The people in power are mentally ill, you guys. We know that. They are crazy. They do things according to this. They have like a schedule that they follow or something. That's what it looks like to me. I'll let you guys go. I hope you're doing all right. Bye.